Good afternoon. Welcome back. Kent Bain with 9 Business Group and Elevate Your Business Spotlight interview. We have Shannon Hewlko with us with We Are Roadmap. Shannon, welcome. Please introduce yourself. And most importantly, introduce We Are Roadmap, what you guys do, and what makes you different than your competition. Welcome.
Oh, bunch of questions to start. Thanks for having me, Kent. The company is actually called Roadmap Agency, Inc. Our website URL is We Are Roadmap, because Roadmap's a pretty common name. You can't get the URL, and we wanted a .com at the time. I am the vice president. I'm responsible for product delivery, client services, human resources, and my background is in strategy. I'm also the creative director as well. Roadmap, our niche really is we support we're a full service sales and marketing agency. So I feel like that's our niche because lots of companies that I've worked with before or worked at before, we work on marketing, we work on brand specifically, but there was always a bit of a gap for me personally with understanding how we relate to sales and sales numbers and what that looks like. We really have 5 entry points to our organization. People are looking for strategy specifically for their organization. So whether that's, strategy for the whole organization or just a campaign or a line of business, we do strategy pieces like that. People are often looking for brand strategy is kind of a more upcoming trend. I find people understand that they need more than a logo. They need more of like how they speak, what images they use, that type of thing. Another entry point for us is customer relationship management systems. So that's really how we have that sales and marketing speaking together. And we're HubSpot implementers. Another one is the 4th one's demand generation. So how do I bring people into my business? How do I get those leads, create the demand for my product or service? And websites. People don't know they need a website. Like I said, what sets us apart is unified sales and marketing as we strive for. And how we get that is we start with strategy. We goal setting to align teams towards these common goals.
Fantastic. Okay, as we agreed to, we're going to make it up as we go. Something came to me as you were sharing your level of expertise and knowledge and what you guys do. It got me thinking, when you think about entrepreneurs over the last 2 to 3 years, we had COVID, all the noise that went with it. We've been now out in the market for 2 years, redoing things. What do you think the top 3 to 5 challenges are that we face going forward as entrepreneurs and people growing businesses?
The challenges with people growing businesses that I see working directly with business owners. So I'll back it up for a moment. We work with companies that are looking to scale. They're looking for 2 times growth. So the challenges we find are typically people. How do we attract people, get the right people in the right seats, retain people, reward people? Like HR is a big thing within any organization that I've seen. And that has nothing, I don't want to say it has nothing to do with sales and marketing because that is a component, but getting the right people in and getting people who believe in your vision and understand your company where you want to go, and having those people take ownership and feel responsibility to clients who support your business. So I feel like that's a common challenge with business owners that I see. Another challenge that I see is understanding like where to spend your dollars. Like there's lots of places you can spend your money. Where do you spend it? What tactic do you use when, and how do you grow that? Another component of it is you can have all the leads coming in, but if you don't have a sales team who knows how to manage those leads, or even a person of one who knows what to do with those leads once they come in, then that's another real common issue that I see. Those are the 3 off the top of my head.
Love it. No, that's great. You've been in business, you've been entrepreneurs a while. If there was one thing that you have learned recently, or something that's come to us kind of like, man, I wish Shannon would have taught young Shannon that a long time ago and implemented. What is that greatest lesson, if you will, that's kind of like, man, it took too long to learn and do that?
Okay. This has come up often, even within our team. And I had a conversation about this with another client the other day. Sometimes by saying what we do and putting it out there, we feel like we're boasting. We feel like we don't, we don't want to, we're modest people, or, we don't even want to, talk too much about ourselves. So it's hard to talk about yourself. And I think that was something when I was starting out on my own that I really had to get over. I just had to start putting my work out there. I had to start talking, um, in a leadership type of way, thought leadership, like be confident in what I knew and was putting out there in the marketplace, that there was value to that. And I think that level of confidence comes naturally to some people and to some it doesn't. So that's what I would say to my young self or people starting out and scared to put stuff out there is just start putting stuff out there. The second part to that, that's really important with everything we do is consistency. So consistency in your brand, and I see it with brand a lot, that if we we don't have a brand guide, brand standards, we don't have tone of voice work or like how we speak in a united way externally, we don't know what to put out, or our brand can look inconsistent on different platforms. So that consistency piece is a big one.
Is consistency important in personal life as well? Or as we show up as entrepreneurs within our business? And if so, how and why?
Consistency is a big one in personal life as well. Another one of my side hobbies since having my child almost 2 years ago is I'm really interested in neuroscience and how our brain functions. So, and how our connections and pathways are made. So, with children, with people you work with, showing up consistently in a consistent manner, day over day, day in, day out, helps build strong neural pathways for people to trust, respect, understand, know their boundaries with you. And I think that works personally and business and for organizations.
I agree. No, I think it is massive. It does create trust internally, confidence in yourself, but also that dependability and reliability we get from others when they know what they can expect of us, for sure. If there was a pirate or a thief in your business, what would they be stealing?
I don't know. I feel like in today's world, there's so much information out there, specifically the internet, blogs, courses. As an organization, I feel like we're really open, we're really transparent with our processes, what we do. I have no problem sharing information. There's a lot of people out there doing the exact same things as we are. So what would they be trying to steal from us? I think like that consistency is something you can't buy. We're service-based organizations. So usually when people are purchasing from me, they have that confidence that they want to work with me. They have confidence in the team, presenting our team in they're all experts in their own areas. So yeah, I don't know if they'd be stealing anything really specific, because I feel like you can do all the processes and have everything systemized, but then there's also the people that are involved that run it that are really important, that I don't know if you can steal that.
Fair enough. You said something interesting in that last statement around there's so much information out there to navigate. How do you navigate so much information, but also how do you help your clients navigate the abundance of information? I mean, 2 decades ago, if we had 20, 30 good business books to read, it was kind of what you did. Maybe you went to some motivational speakers, you got some public speakers, you went to some events. Now everybody's got online courses. We have TikTok professionals. We got YouTube. We got downloadable guides. How do you navigate it? And then more importantly, how do you suggest your clients navigate that onslaught of stuff to try and get better with, whether it be marketing, personal development, sales, leadership, goes on?
Well, so there's one thing that stuck out to me is there's also the benefit of so much information is that there's lots of niche information specific to your industry right now. So as much with the data overload, there's a lot more information that's specific to you that we can source. The other thing is with the strategic, I mean, I feel silly saying it, but with the strategic process, you can really start to refine what you do when it speaks to what I was saying earlier. We start with, your business goals, what we hope to, objectives within year 2, 3, 10. We interview audience sets. We do digital surveys. We really understand the competitor landscape research to really understand the ecosystem that you live within, what your customers want from you, to help build that strategy moving forward and really refine, how to navigate through, your sales and marketing efforts specifically. If we're talking about it in terms of how do entrepreneurs organize through it, I mean, and like, how do we stay on top of trends and make sure we're leading instead of kind of getting dragged behind? Like, I don't know if that's something you can buy or purchase, but there's this like natural, for me, I can talk personally to it. There's a natural curiosity that I have that I'm really interested. And I think for me, it's like making sure that I have space within my weeks to dream a little dream, investigate things, dive into some of the niche areas, like Facebook Meta and Google Analytics that aren't my areas of expertise specifically, but I have some room in my weeks where I can really start to dive in and ask some questions, and ask the subject matter experts on our team those questions. So.
Okay, let's go back to industry knowledge. Are there one or two things that are falling out of favor and are its success rate from 2 years ago is not what's happening today? So there's some strategies that aren't as effective that, pardon me, entrepreneurs need to be mindful of. And are there maybe one or two strategies coming up that are going to replace them that we should be watching, paying attention to, and maybe getting in front of? So what's getting old and stale and what's coming this new and fresh and better?
Old and stale. I'm not thinking of anything like old and stale right now. I think even some old and stale things have been rejuvenated in this past year for me, where I felt like some print and direct mail pieces, people weren't interested in doing those over the past few years, but that has come more to the forefront for me and some of the clients that I've worked with this year, is to do more direct mail, which seemed like an old dated thing. Another challenge that I've seen, specifically talking about marketing, is Instagram has been more challenging to gain followers on and interactions, but the tools are much more robust, that you can use with commerce on Facebook and Meta. So it's like they're just more complex, and finding people who understand those systems is can be a challenge. Google is another one that's always changing. So those platforms are always changing. They're always shifting. So, what worked yesterday might not work today. So those are the ones that I'm noticing more specifically, but.
Excellent. Our last and most important question. Who's your ideal client and where should they find you to get more information to learn how to engage with you and how you should be able to help them achieve their goals?
So as I mentioned, we're looking for clients who are, in a wide range of industries, from manufacturing, mostly B2B. We have some B2B, B2C. We have landscape companies. We have hospitality groups that are looking for 2x growth. And
cool.
They are looking for a partnership and a trusted partnership. We're not great at, this is what we're not great at, is just being, a service provider. Where can we find us? We are roadmap.com.
Beautiful. Well then, thank you very much, Shannon. Love the answers, love the insight. Keep up the good work and keep helping those wonderful entrepreneurs grow their businesses and keep adding employees.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome.